I have been filming this video since 12. It is now 2:26 a.m. and I have hate every fucking version of it. So now here I am on my bed because my back hurts because I hunched over. And forget like a formal setting. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Gomez, and today we'll be talking about Emilia Perez. If you haven't heard about Emilia Perez, where the hell have you been? But I'll explain for you. To give you a quick short summary, because there is a lot to talk about in Perez. There's so much to say that I have deleted over three recordings. That's over 20 minutes, 20 plus minutes. So I'll try to keep it brief. Emilia Perez follows a story about a cartel boss that wants to transition from man to woman, and they hire a lawyer in order to help her transition. Basic summary. But let me dive into the plot a little more. Emilia, forgot her dead name, but Emilia wants to transition to a woman. She hires Rita, which is played by Zoe Saldana, to help her transition. Rita helps her transition, and when Emilia fully transitioned, which Emilia is played by Carla, she kills her old self, literally. She fakes her death, and Jesse, which is played by Selena Gomez, is believed that her husband is dead. So they sent the like wife and the kids away, and it's after a year that Rita comes face to face with Emilia Perez again, and Rita is scared that Emilia's gonna come kill her because she's the only one that knows who Emilia really is, but Emilia just wants Rita's help to get her children back because she just misses them. So after bringing them back, they live with Emilia, and Jesse finds a new lover. Jesse finds a new lover, and they get married, and Emilia's not approving of it. Now, before this, Emilia and Rita have their own little side plot in the movie where they look at all the news that's happening in Mexico and they want to do something about it. So they do something about it by starting a nonprofit, and they have a great impact. They try to give closure to the families affected by their missing loved ones, and Emilia becomes popular. So after Emilia threatens to cut off Jesse, she actually does, and Jesse gets mad, and Jesse's lover kidnaps Emilia, cut off her finger, sends it to Rita. Rita has to get money in order to exchange the money for Emilia's life. But while there's a shootout happening to get Emilia back, Emilia tells Jesse and reveals that she is her husband. She is her husband that it was presumed dead, but it's not dead as she's been alive this whole time. And Jesse is taken away by her lover. They put Emilia in the trunk and they're driving away. And Jesse wants her lover to stop the car. And she almost shoots him, but they fight for the gun. They drive off a cliff, and Emilia Perez, Jesse, and Jesse's lover died. The movie ends with Rita taking ownership of the kids, and Emilia is praised for her work. I hope you're still with me. Let's add some more context to this movie. This movie is actually a musical. This movie is a musical, a 2 hour musical, and it stars zero people from Mexico. To add on to that, the director is not Hispanic, not Mexican. He is a white British man, a cisgender white British man, making a movie about a trans woman in Mexico and the many problems that are happening in Mexico with no research. Because he did reveal in an article, he did not do research. He has, however, been in Mexico multiple times. But the film that is set in Mexico was not filmed in Mexico because it didn't fit his vision. I guess Mexico wasn't too dangerous. I guess it was like he said it was too real, so I guess it wasn't dangerous. So he filmed the movie in Paris. It's set fully in Spanish in Paris. No Mexican actresses or actors. There's one Mexican actress, but she doesn't have a big role. She is Emilia's lover, because Emilia gets another lover, and she plays a small part. She's only in it for a little bit. She's not even important. And there's no good representation. Now, what about the trans community? There has to be good representation there. No, there's no good representation for the trans community. The Carla, the person who plays Emilia, has who was nominated as the first trans woman nominated for an Oscar. And for this part, I have some tweets on my iPad. Um, Carla's not a good person. Carla is not a good person. She has made racial tweets about multiple groups, and let me just read some of the tweets. I'm sorry. Let me just read some of her tweets. She says, "Let me get this straight. This is her tweet. Let me get this straight. A guy tries to pass off as a counterfeit bill after consuming meth. An idiot policeman arrives and goes too far in arresting him, killing him, ruining the lives of his family and his colleagues, and turning the guy with the bill into a martyr hero," she wrote. In Spanish, was translated here by Google Translate. "I truly believe that very few people ever cared about George Floyd, a drug addict and a hustler, but his death has served to highlight once again that there are those who still consider black people to be monkeys without rights, and those who consider the police to be murderers, all wrong." Later that year, she will tweet another tweet about Muslims in Spain. "Sorry, is it just my impression, or are there more and more Muslims in Spain? Every time I go to pick up my daughter from school, there are more women with their hair covered and their skirts down to their heels. Maybe next year instead of English, we'll have to teach Arabic." Another tweet regarding Islam. She suggested a ban. Let me just read it. "Until we ban religions that go against European values and violates human rights, such as Islam, under the protection of freedom of worship, we will not end part of the huge problem we face. Faith manipulates those who cling to faith." She also shared thoughts up on the 2021 Oscar Awards ceremony, which the best prize did go to a film. The best picture did go to a film called No Man Land. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. But she says more and more, the Oscars are looking like a ceremony for independence and protest films. I didn't know if I was watching an Afro-Korean festival, a Black Lives Matter demonstration, or the AM. Apart from that, an ugly, ugly gala. She has also trash talked Selena Gomez by saying she is a rich, spoiled brat that needs to leave her ex alone, referring to Justin Bieber. Now, since then, Carla has tried to do an apology tour. I say an apology tour because multiple times she has spoke out about apologizing and saying she tries to do what's best for the world, and that she as a minority, she's trying to do the best. She pulled the minority card. Girl, what's pissing me off? She did a a very long CNN interview in Spanish because she gotta she thought she did her fucking big one. She was like, "Let me do this shit in Spanish." She did not, because that interview was purely set up by her. There was no approval from Netflix, nor the people who directed or produced Emilia Perez. She did it solo, And Netflix has responded by refusing to not pay for her styling and her traveling fees. And she has been pulled from many awards, interviews, and stuff like that. As the first transgender woman nominated, this is like, this is the worst. This is the worst representation you can get. Because going back to the film, Emilia Perez kind of sees transgender as one or the other. Emilia is presented as masculine or feminine. Emilia is a trans woman, but when she is angry, she is viewed as more masculine. When she's not angry, she's feminine. It is told straight as possible. If you can understand what I'm saying. This movie about a trans woman is told in such a straight way. Because she's a trans woman, why do we have to specify that she's both masculine and feminine? Why do we have to specify and emotions? Should we have to specify this? Because masculine or feminine shouldn't be what defines you as who you are. It's your emotions. You could be masculine and you can still be a woman. You could be feminine, it could still be a man. It plays into that toxic stereotype and social cues. And it also does place into another harmful stereotype. To quote the GLAAD article, the film hits just about every trans trope you can imagine. Trans woman killer. She was a cartel boss. She most likely killed a bunch of kids. A bunch of people, not just kids. A tragic trans woman. A trans woman abandons her wife and children to transition. Transition treated as a death. Dead naming and misgendering at pivotal moments. Trans woman described as half male, half female. This is dangerous. This is dangerous because this is bad representation. Because it plays into a stereotype that many people that are transphobic have. Like, you're a man, and it matters what you have genetically. Who cares? Who cares? Like, I'm sorry, but like, whatever happened to like just accepting people who they are? It's not affecting you personally. You live your life. They live their life. Why is it such a big deal to this day? What someone is, what their sexuality is, what they identify as, what their gender is. Who fucking cares? Is it affecting you? No. Why does it matter? But this film really is playing into the stereotype that trans women are killers, they are dangerous, they are not safe to be around with children, and they show what her transitioning and like split her from like man to masculine and feminine when she's a woman. We shouldn't be doing that. We should not be doing that. And it's very harmful to the film because there's moments where it's important moments, and when Jesse finds out that Emilia was her husband, she like misgenders Emilia. Like, girl, okay, I get you're upset. That was your husband. Was. That's your wife. That's your wife. Get it right. And there's multiple points in the film. Well, Emilia is singing, and she is described as being lost. She is lost after her transition. She doesn't know who she is. She sometimes misgender herself as he. It's like, I was once a he, now I am a she. It tries to spoon feed you a story about a trans woman when it shouldn't be spoon feeding you. You are telling the story of a trans woman. Tell the story. Don't try to break it down. Don't try to dumbify it because you are playing into harmful stereotype. You are playing into that until the trans people are killers, trans people are a threat to society, da 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 da. and it's not good representation. And you have the added layer that the actress playing Amelia is not a good person. It's not good. It's not good. And the music's not even good. The music doesn't even add nothing to the story. It adds nothing. There's no point for the music to be there. Now let's go and focus our attention towards Mexico. This film is set in Mexico. Why is it not filmed in Mexico? And then if it's vision. When at the start of the film, Mexico is viewed as dangerous. There's multiple cases of people missing, sex trafficking, of children dead, and families looking for their loved ones. It paints a picture as Mexico is a very dangerous place to be in, when it's not. The director said it so himself. When he went to Mexico, it felt so real. It didn't fit the picture that he was painting that Mexico was a dangerous place. It did not fit that picture, and he was not satisfied, so he had to create his own Mexico and Friends, playing into the stereotype. And the topic that they chose to focus on, why did we have to do the whole topic about like the drug war? Why do we have to focus about the drug war? Mexicans are very upset by this. The director is the most hated man in Mexico right now, and reasonably so. Someone says the way of making the film is to disregard so many in the film industry in Mexico. Having a few Mexicans in there does not stop it from being a Eurocentric production. This person also points out, I think he's a famous actor, I forgot, but he points out how the film takes a very distressing and serious topic, the drug war, that has resulted in nearly 500K deaths and 100K missing, and in his eyes turned into a joke. And there were zero words in the 4 Golden Globes acceptance speeches to the victims. Mexican audience reportedly resent the film's lack of sensitivity and context, as well as director Jaquez, I can't say his name, admission that he did not research Mexico drug war in depth prior to writing the film. Emilia Perez had also faced criticism of being a 142-minute long, almost infuriating subpar musical with not a single memorable song, according to Pink News. This film has been hated by multiple people, not just the trans community. It's been hated by Mexicans alike, and they hated that the director did not film in Mexico. The director did not hire any Mexican actors and actresses. They did not handle the drug war topic very seriously because they tried to make it serious, but it's not serious. Why are we having a whole musical number about families finding their dead loved ones' bones? Why are we having this as a musical? This is not appropriate. It's not appropriate. Like what were we thinking? Nothing. Apparently nothing. We're thinking nothing. And another critique that people have is Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez is, we know she's Hispanic, but she was born in the U.S. That plays an important part because she doesn't really speak Spanish that well. And in the book, because Amiba is based on the book, her character is fully from Mexico. She's fully Mexican, and they had to rewrite it for her to be a Mexican American. They had to write her to be Mexican American, and even then, people still had critiques about her pronouncing the words. But a lot of people did say that, like, while it could be Selena Gomez, it could also be the director and the writers because the dialect that she is saying does not match the expression that is being conveyed on the film. So she will say certain words, but it will not match what she's saying. And while she is playing the part correctly, yes, she is a Mexican American who can't speak Spanish that well, and she's playing into that part very well. A lot of people still complain that they couldn't understand what she was saying, and that it was handled very poorly. And also Zoe Saldana's character. Now going to the awards, it has won many awards. It has won a shocking amount of awards. I'll just name a few. Emily Perez has been nominated for 13 Academy Awards, making it the most recognizable recognized film at the 2025 ceremony. Carla and Zoe Saldana earned acting nominations, and the film is also up for Best Picture, Best Adaptation Screenplay, Best Original Score, and has two entries in Best Song, El Mal and Mi Camino. Saldana won the Golden Globes Award for Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role in any Motion Picture, and El Mal won for Best Original Song. Emily Perez is also nominated for 11 awards at the BAFTAs, and it also won the Cane Award, two Cane Awards, for like Best like international. It won for Best International Film, and like also Best like performance for Zoe Saldana, Carla, and Selena Gomez. This film's being highly praised by critics who are cisgendered and are not directly from the community. If they're not trans from the trans community or they're not from Mexico, the Mexican community, people are loving it. If they are from those two communities, people are hating it, rightfully so. This film has so much drama behind it that it's not even good representation. It's not good representation. And while someone did say that they would have enjoyed this movie because it does sound interesting, they would have enjoyed it if they didn't try for it to be serious. While a lot of people did hate the vaginoplasty song, here goes the clip.
Mammoplasty,
Yes.
vaginoplasty,
Yes.
rhinoplasty,
Yes.
laryngoplasty.
Yes.
While a lot of people didn't like the song, some did say if they would have went this direction, the whole film, they actually would have enjoyed it. If they would have acknowledged that Emilia was actually the villain of the story, they would have enjoyed it. It's not about making trans people be the villainizing them. It's that if you make like an unserious film, if you make it so unserious, people might enjoy it. But they try to be so serious with this, and it ended up being bad. It could have been like a lot of people have been comparing it to Miss Doubtfire. Robin Williams, it's like in the film, dresses up as a nanny to raise his kids and be a better father. And it ends up backfiring on him because it gets to a point where the nanny and the dad has to be in the same room. I've never seen it, but people said like it's a great example of what it could have been. If it went in that tone, in a more comedy tone, they would have enjoyed it. If they would have acknowledged that Emilia was a bad person instead of ignoring her past as a cartel boss and as like using transitioning as acknowledging who she was before and using that to influence her in her character, it would have been good. It would have been good. It would. Some people may have liked it. More people would have liked it. But in a award season full of movies such as Honora, such as The Substance, Wicked, so many good movies last year, and Emilia Perez is getting the praise when it should not be given this much praise. The Academy wants something different. I see that. They want original ideas. I can see that's why they didn't pick Wicked. Wicked is an adaptation based on a musical, based on a book. It's not like an original idea. Emily Perez is an original idea. It's based on a book, but it's an original idea. It's something new. It's something different. That's why they are liking this. But it's not something that we should give our time of day to. This film it's not doing well. It does not bring good representation. It does not bring people joy like a movie should, or like make people cry like a movie should. It just makes them angry, and rightfully so. I believe Emilia Perez could have been a good movie. It could have been a good movie. It had an interesting premise. If they would have stick to a story about a cartel boss wanting to transition from male to woman, I feel like it would have been good. It would have been good if they would have focused on that and not try to like add more layers of stuff. It would have been good. But here we are with Emilia Perez, and honestly, it's a mess. It's a mess. I still know I like this movie to this day. I watched it in November, the weekend it came out. I still know if I like it. I'm never gonna watch it again because I know I'm not gonna enjoy it because I was bored. I know that, but I don't know if I like it. If you want to see my podcast, you can form your own opinions. This is my opinion. I just want to talk about how my podcast is and how a lot of people believe it's not good representation, and it's not. But that is all the time I have for you today. Hope you subscribe. I am working on a vlog, but I think I'm gonna extend that to this weekend because it's barely any footage. So you get this video instead. So I hope you enjoy my ramble. If you didn't, oh well. Hope you like the setting. I know I did. My back did. I'm still hunching. Nothing changed. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bitch, I'm using my fucking MacBook. Like, I can fucking use the fucking thing to fucking stop the video. You're so fucking dumb, you stupid.
Yes, 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 yes.